Colton here from Tech with an unboxing and quick overview of the Safire Tri-X R9 290X. This is one of the most recommended of the 290X cards. If any of you were watching when AMD first released the 290 and 290X, they both had major throttling issues due to insufficient cooling. This card does more than enough to take care of those issues with a triple fan cooler design that keeps it running well below its thermal threshold. And the 290X is our recommended card for entry-level 4K gaming. It's probably more than you need for any 1080p monitor. It'll give you very good quality on triple 1080p or going to 4K. If you want to do high-end 4K gaming, you're going to need either a couple of these or even a couple of the 295X2 cards running in Crossfire. That can get prohibitively expensive. This is around a $600 card, whereas the 295X2, which is a slightly overclocked version of this in a dual GPU configuration, runs around $1,500. So I would generally recommend, if you're doing 4K gaming, maybe start out with one of these, or if you have the budget, get a couple of these, put them in Crossfire, and you'll have a pretty amazing setup. Alright, so key features of this. It does have 4 gigs of DDR5 memory. It is factory overclocked, this particular model from Safire. The triple fan, as I said, does keep it running much cooler and keeps that clock rate up. Does support 4K monitors. Actually, I believe this card supports up to 3 4K monitors, running at 60 Hz and up to 1 running at 30 Hz, although you do have to have compatible monitors for that. It is a full GCN GPU, supports Affinity, and is UEFI compatible, though pretty much anything is these days. To do a quick look at the box, we have pretty minimalistic Safire branding all around. Specifications are on this side. It does have 2 DVI outputs, 1 DisplayPort, and 1 HDMI output. A quick correction here, it will support 4K gaming through the DisplayPort output, as well as theoretically through dual-link DVI, although you're probably going to want to use that DisplayPort if you want to do 60 Hz 4K gaming. HDMI is going to do 30 Hz 4K gaming, which I would not particularly recommend, as 30 Hz can look rather stuttery at this point. So if you're doing 4K, you're probably doing this for a single monitor 4K. If you're looking at multiple monitor 4Ks, at this point you probably need 2, 3, or possibly even 4 of the R9 295X2s, which is investing about 10 grand in graphics cards, and not many people are likely to be doing that at this point. But moving on, for single monitor 4K gaming or triple monitor 1080p gaming, this is a fantastic card, probably the best value for entry-level 4K gaming. So let's go ahead and look inside the box. Inside the box, we have another box. Inside that box, we have the graphics card. Plenty of protection and padding for it, so you're pretty unlikely to get one that was damaged in shipping. They have the usual warning to let you know that you do have to connect this to external power. This card does use quite a bit of power, but still runs fairly cool. I'm not going to go over accessories with this particular card, as they're the same as with pretty much any other graphics card, nothing of note. But there is the card itself. We'll remove the plastic film, and now we have all the shiny goodness. It has an almost bumblebee sort of design, black and orange. 3 very quiet fans. If you look at the cooling solution that they did in here, a little hard to see on camera, but they do have a total of 6 copper heat pipes going from the GPU, which is located right here, out to both of these large heat sinks. This one also cools the memory, I believe. Interesting note to look at the power, it does require both a 6-pin and an 8-pin PCIe power connector. There is your PCIe X16 Gen 3 slot. And finally, our connectors. We have the 2 DVI-D ports, this is digital only, there is no analog out on this card, which, if you're doing a high-end graphics card like this, you're probably not going to want to connect it to any kind of analog display. Also has HDMI and DisplayPort. As I said earlier, the DisplayPort is going to be your best option for 4K. So just to give you one more overview of what the card looks like, there's the top, Nice Safire branding on the side. Pretty industrial design to the card. It's not... it looks like they focus much more on utility than on design with this card, which is not necessarily a bad thing, as it is a great value for entry-level 4K gaming. And that wraps up this unboxing and overview of the Safire Tri-X R9 290X graphics card. Hope you liked this video from Triteratech. If so, please like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as feel free to leave any comments in the section below. Thank you.